everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a one sheet wonder and I'm using A4. Now the thing with one sheet wonders is basically it's a piece of A4 pattern paper that you've got from a paper pad or a kit or that you've made yourself. You can also adapt your 8.5 by 11 to work with this as well, and you just split the paper one whole sheet to make 7 cards. Now I've come up with this concept. It's not a new concept. What I've done is I've designed the cuts in this way. I didn't follow anybody, I just did my own thing, and this is what I got. So the only thing I'll comment about is direction of paper. So if you've got a paper that has a directional pattern, which this one does, then you're going to end up with quite a few of them as landscape cards. Now if you don't mind that, that's fine. If not, don't use directional paper, which is what we're going to do in this demo, and then you can see all the different ways that it will turn and twist. So this one is obviously like that. Then we've got another tent card there, tent card. And again, so this has just got the strip through the middle, but as soon as you start adding toppers and you add your you know, sentiments and things to it, flowers, you can make them a lot more special. This came with a tag, this kit, so I just made a little pocket to put the tag in. Then I just did a triptych where I split the paper in 3. This is still all from one sheet of A4, believe it or not. And then I just put one of my little spare toppers down through the centre. Let's celebrate. Why not? Let's celebrate. So here's the 7 blank cards ready to go for our little demonstration. So I'll just move these to one side. Thanks everyone that has subscribed to my channel, liked, commented and shared. I really do appreciate it. And what you'll see here is this paper. It doesn't really matter. I've got a reverse paper, so I could switch it and use both sides, but just for the purpose of this demonstration, in case your A4 isn't double-sided, I'll just show you how to use one sheet, you know, that's exactly the same. So you can see here, if I turn it, this flower's going that way. If I turn it that way, I've got flowers that don't look odd. You know, there's one going up there, going that way. If I turn it again, I've got flowers that are in the right direction there. We've got this one here. We've got this bouquet there. Turn it again, and we've still got flowers going the right way. So this one, doesn't matter which way you cut it and which way you lay them on your card. So we're going to have lots of options, and you know, from the 7 cards you'll be able to turn them landscape or portrait. That's the difference. So I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer. What I'm going to do is do them bit by bit, because otherwise there's going to be a heap of pieces of paper and you're not going to remember where they all go. So I'm going to do it in the most logical way possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half. So you've got your A4 this way, or your 8.5 by 11, and you're going to turn it around to the long side and you're going to cut it in half. Now half of an A4 is 5 7/8, but obviously your 8.5 by 11 is 5.5, and then we just cut it up through the middle. So we're going to put one piece to one side and we're going to work on the next bit. So the first thing that I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cut this one in half again. Okay, so this is 8 1/4, so we need to do 4 1/8. If it's your 8.5, you need to do it at 4 1/4. So we're 4 1/8 on our A4, like this, and then just cut it in half, and you've got 2 equal pieces. We'll put one of those pieces aside, and then we're just going to do our first cuts. So this is going to make, this piece is going to make 2 cards, and we're going to do diagonal cuts. So we're going to go from point to point here, point to point, just make sure they're lined up, and then just hold it in place and put my trimmer through it. So I've made 2 pieces, but it doesn't end there. I'm now going to put them back together and hold them together, and then pop them back on the trimmer, and I'm going to cut them in half again the other way. Don't know why I did it the same way. And cut them in half the other way. So I'm just going to butt them up. You don't need to do anything other than that. That'll be fine. Just get them along your blade, whether you're using a guillotine or, you know, whatever cutter you're using. So just make sure they're lined up in the corners there. That one's not quite. Just move it a little bit. And then put it along and twist it and pivot it until both of those points are in the channel, cutting channel, or on the edge of your blade if you're using a guillotine or a different type of rotary cutter or something. So we've got 4 pieces now. So these 2 are going to make a card, and these 2 are going to make a card. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to put them on the card because like I said, we're going to end up with loads of pieces, and it'd be, you know, good for you at home if you do this way as well, like follow me, and then you put your pieces to one side. You can all separate them with something, make a little paper folder, something like that. So the first one is going to go on like this, so just going to go up to the edge, just butt it up to the edge, and I use wet glue so I can manoeuvre it around. As you can see, I've covered my finger in it, which I don't normally do, but just wipe it on there. Dirty finger. What a disgrace. Sorry, Mum. You did bring me up better being I'm a crafter. What can I say? I've been in it working like a bee. So, and then this one just point to point. So I think this kind of design really suits itself well to putting a bow in the middle. I think that looked really nice. Really pretty bow in the middle. So you get the idea there. Just move it away, wipe the glue off. So what you've got there is you've got this way, or you can have it landscape. Because it's not a directional paper, you can have it either way. So I do think that looks really cute both ways. So that's our first one. Done. Our second one, we're going to put these top and bottom. So there is a longer triangle edge. So if I turn it, you can see. So you want to make sure that you've got the long part, which is going to be the width of your card. So if it's not the width of your card, turn it around. I do like both sides of this paper, so it'd be nice to break it up as well and do half with one side and half with the other. It's quite good to get two sheets that are non-directional. So I've got that one going that way to there. I've got the other one, make sure I've got the long side, know where it's going to be. Let's glue this one on. And here's our other one. Let's put that down there. This card blank isn't lined up. That'd be me because I cut them down, and it is only A4 or 8.5 by 11 cut in half and then folded in half. So you can see it works fine that way, but it also works fine that way. So it's similar to the other one, but not the same, because we've got top and bottom, side to side. So there's our second one. Then we're going to take the piece of paper that we cut off earlier, and we're now going to use this one, and we're going to cut it this way 4 inches, at 4 inches. So turn it around, cut it at 4 inches. You can go a little bit bigger if you want. Well, I shouldn't confuse you. Just do it 4. Confuse myself. This is our pocket. So with the pocket now, you can use foam tape, you can raise it. So you only want to go around 3 sides like that. Make a pocket. Pop that onto the front, and this is the card that held my tag. Just pop that down there. And now we've got a pocket. There we go. I could turn that up the other way and glued it that way, because it might have looked a little bit better the other way, but it's fine. It's only for demonstration. I'll probably give them to my local charity shop actually. And then we've got 4 by 4 there. So we've had to cut that second bit down to be a square. Alright, so this one I wanted it to be a square. So all I did was make sure that I had the 4 already there that we cut just now to make the pocket, and then even it up and just cut that little strip off there. Now with this one, I'm just going to make a pen mark. I'm just going to get a ruler. On the back, I'm just going to measure down 1 inch. I hope you can see this, guys. Just going to measure down 1 inch and make a little mark there. Make sure I can see it. There we go. And then 1 inch from the top on this side. So just 1 inch from the top this side. Make a little mark. A little husband, if you all know, my husband's called Mark. A little Mark is a little husband. So I've got 2 little husbands. And then this, we're just going to line this up on our channel, and we're going to cut from 1 to 1. From the 1 inch marks that we did. So just each end. So just get that even. Run it through the trimmer. So we've got our 2 pieces like this. Now what we're going to do with this one is split it. So we're going to put this one at the top, like this. Oh, I had a border on this one, that's right. Have a little border on this one, 1/8 of an inch of a border, which I thought was really cute. That's why I said you could have kept it bigger and not cut it down, but just do this. Otherwise I'm confusing you. I decided to have a border. There's room to knot. I quite like that look. Thought I'd change it up a little bit. So this one, like the pocket card, the pocket has to be that way. But again, this one could be that way around, or it could be that way around. It's entirely up to you. And now to our second half of our cardstock. So this one we're not cutting in half. This one we're going to cut at, let me remember, look at my notes, 3 7/8. So at 3 7/8, we're going to cut it down there. Move that bit to one side because we're going to work on this. Now what I'm going to do, and you may have to adapt the measurement if you're doing 8.5 by 11, but I'm doing an A4 demonstration, is I'm going to cut 3 strips in a row at 1 3/4, because that works for A4. But like I say, you may have to adjust your 8.5 by 11 on this. Probably not that much. That's my waste. So that's the only bit of waste that I get from doing all of this. Oh, and that tiny little slither. So you could even use these if you wanted. You could turn it over and that could be part of the pocket. So we've just got these 2 little bits of waste out of the A4 sheet. So this is a triptych now. So with the triptych, you probably want to keep it as it is. So I'm just going to spin it around. So keep 3 together so that they all, what I mean is that will match up. I think it looks better that way around. So we take our card and we can have it, this one as a landscape or as a portrait. Again, I'll show you at the end. Now with the triptych, the best thing to do is glue the top and the bottom ones first. Okay, I'm just adding my glue and just glue it to the bottom with a nice border. And then this one will be the top one. So take this, glue this to the top. As you can see, I'm not being, you know, I'm just quickly making these for you. To the top. Hope I haven't spun that around. Let's have a look. No, lucky. And then the middle one you can do equal borders. And that's why I always do top and bottom first. And then the middle one we just split that difference. Just have a look, just hold it up. Split the difference. Give it a rub down. So you can see it looks really nice that way. And it also looks really nice that way. So lots of options here. And then for our final piece of card, we're going to cut this one down. So just make sure you've got your 5 7/8 that way, or your 5.5. And we're going to cut off 2.5 for this one. I'm just going to cut this in 2.5. And then we've got a strip left there and a strip there. Now that's a remainder strip, doesn't really matter what size that strip is, but this one is 2.5. And then what we're going to do with this one is, again, we're going to split it diagonally. So we've got tall slithers of triangles now. So just going to split that diagonally up through the middle, and then we're going to part it on the card. So it's going to go bottom left. You can have a border with this if you want, it wouldn't hurt it. But well, it might actually, thinking about it. No, you can't. Because the points are right to the edge. So I didn't say that. Wipe that. I don't edit my videos. I don't have the software. So mistakes just happen. Because I'm human. Tick the box. I'm not a robot. What is that all about? I'm not a robot. Can robots not tick boxes? Surely someone's made a robot that can tick a box. There we go. So that's our tall rectangles that were split. It's probably a proper mathematical name for that. And that way as well. So it looks nice both ways, as do all of the cards, which I'll show you all of them again at the end. Then we've got a final strip. Now this, you could do lots of things with this. You can have it off to the left, like that. You can have it off to the right. You can cut a bit of your card front off and have it in the inside. You can fold your card back in half and have it on the inside. You can fold your card back in half and have it on there. You can put it through to the centre like that. You can have it this way. So loads and loads of options with this one. But we'll just pop it on as I did it in my initial so we can compare. And I'll just put it up through the centre. And then you want to use a guide. If you've got a ruler like this, then you can line it up there. And we know the middle's there. And that'll help me get it in the middle. Just adjust it slightly. Got a big glue there. So you can see, it doesn't matter which way you're doing it. It doesn't matter where you place this. That was our final one. So that's our 7, because that's our 8th, because I have 4 A4 sheets. And I cut them all in half. So I'm just going to move this out of the way and show you all of the cards again. So this time we can go both ways because it's not a non-directional paper. So you've got 2 choices. Well, you've got more than 2 choices with this one. You've probably got 6, if not more. You can go this way or this way. The triptych you can have this way or this way. Portrait landscape, vertical horizontal. And then this one. This is our pocket, so you're going to keep that one. It's the only one you're going to keep that way. Remember to only glue 3 sides. Here's our diamonds, which are toilet sides. And here's our top diamonds. Well, they look like diamonds. Triangles. So there's our sideways triangles, and these are our top and bottom triangles. And again, they both look great both ways. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and you're going to make some of these bargain cards. Make the most out of your paper pads and kits, etc. And thanks for watching. I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.